You're tuning in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, coming at you with another video. Looking forward to seeing what Brainwave's got to say around 4 o'clock. So, shout out to Ringo TV Reactions for doing that classic live stream he did earlier. He will be doing more videos later on today. I want to talk about this because I want to talk about the animal encounters first and foremost. Certain parts of Florida has a huge animal population. And what Ringo talk about, we're not supposed to be in certain elements. I do agree with that. And the reason why Tampa, Saratoga, many of the places in West Florida get hit harder than Central Florida or Northeast is because it's a balance. West Florida actually belong to the animal kingdom, meaning the crocodiles or alligators, bears, deers, spiders, big mosquitoes. You got different rabbits, roosters. You got, snakes, different types of snakes. I have encountered with spiders, not the black spider, either the tarantula or the other species of a spider that's similar to the black widow spider. And so it is black widow spiders. They rarely come out. Yeah, I've seen tarantulas. I've seen another spider because Ringo was talking about he saw a big spider too. You have house spiders too. They'd be try to, be on the roof. Let's say you clean out the thing on top of your roof, the leaves, whatever the case may be. Yeah, you gotta be mindful. Get some special gloves. Get certain spray on you, so that the animals will not come near you. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I went to go see this lady in Florida, and the bear was 200 feet from me. I saw it. I couldn't record it because it was so dark, and she stayed in an area that was pitch dark, and I heard a certain sound, and that was my first time encountering with a black bear because they have black bears in Ocala, Florida, north of Orlando. They have their own town. So you have to be mindful of that, especially if you're going to meet somebody in Florida in certain areas. So being that I was prepared, another thing, when you go into, because Florida, a lot of places in Florida don't have lights. You know what I'm saying? Even in certain parts of the city, it be pitch dark. So you make sure your lights is working, your beam lights is working. Make sure you always check your lights. And one thing I learned with having different cars rented out or have my own vehicle, I will advise you to buy lights. Even if you're in North Carolina, you have vehicles. I'm just giving y'all the heads up. Make sure you buy lights. Buy your back lights, buy your front lights. And if you don't know how to put it on, whatchamacallit, AutoZone will do it for free. And it's another one. You just give the person a tip. I forget the other one. They'll do it for free. They won't charge you because it was not my car, so I couldn't take the light off. And even if it was my car, I would have to go to AutoZone or the other company because it has a special thing to take out the back light. So make sure you always get your lights, your front lights, your back lights, your brake lights, always, because when you're in the South, your lights tend to go out quickly. You know what I'm saying? The brake lights or your back lights and somewhat the front light, because you're not going to use your front lights during the day. You're going to use it during the nighttime. Now, if it's raining, it's cloudy, you're going to use your fog lights, right? So I just want to give y'all a heads up. You're going to spend a lot of money to save, and tires too. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have extra tires. If you know how to put tires together, you don't want to go to the tire shop. You can do it yourself. Just get the thing. Get it, buy it, have it ready. Always come prepared. especially when you're going to be going into certain towns, certain areas. So me and her was chilling in the car. We was talking, and I heard the bear. So I got out the car because I was like, "Hey, I think it's like near your house or your next door neighbor house, and that's about 200 feet separate from each other." So I heard it, and she was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, just in case it come over here, I'm gonna put this bug spray on us. Put the bug spray on us." And I had a certain gadget to scare it away. So she was like, "How you know it's a bear?" And then her neighbor was saying that, yeah, it's a bear because she came out, and alert a person that know how to deal with bears in the area. And then the bear was looking for food. It was a mother bear, you know what I'm saying, looking for food for her cubs. And so I guess one of the neighbors left something out that attracted the bear. And then eventually, whoever this person was that she called came by the house and the bear left. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, in certain parts of Orlando, like Sanford, places like that, away from the city, there are bears, and they give you signs and warning. I remember when I did a delivery with DoorDash, and I saw the bear sign, and it's in the suburbs, and I saw the deers, I saw the rabbits, the turtles, alligators. So they post the signs out there for you. And that's a good thing. Always pay attention to the signs when you're driving. Or if you're a passenger, while you with your peoples or with your significant other, whatever the case may be, whoever's driving, whether it be your lady or you driving as a man, or you as a lady driving, taking times driving, just pay attention to the signs, when you're in the passenger seat. Also get flashlights. That's important. Have flashlights when you come to Florida, even if you in the city, because certain parts of Orlando, it could be pitch dark. You know what I'm saying? Now, what other animals I encounter with besides deers, bears, gators? Snake. I seen a black snake. I did not jump. It was near me. Like when I dropped the order off to a customer, I heard it. And I just remember my training kicked in. So what you have to do is stay silent, lower your temperature of your breathing, and that snake, because it was a poisonous snake, that snake will not be able to. It goes by heat. So the more you breathe, the more it knows somebody's nearby. That's how they do what they do. Now, if it bites you, yeah, you're gonna have to go to the hospital. So I knew I was far from the hospital from this order I did. So I said, okay, I'm gonna breathe. Remember, I'm a little bit on the heavy side. I'm gonna take my breathing down a little bit, the usual. Walk as if I'm a snake, and that snake was near me, yet it didn't, attack me. So that's one of the tactics I learned from my training from my friend. You know what I'm saying? Because he deals with nature all the time. So he taught me that, and I thank him for that from the Most High, because that's some shit. You gotta basically what I'm saying is wherever you are in the South, you're gonna encounter with certain elements, and you want to look into what you need to do so that you and your family, you yourself is good, because unexpected things do happen. And I remember, I was driving and I was in the country in St. Augustine, and it was nothing but farm, you know, and it was late night, no lights, okay? And the gator was there. So I'm driving, I'm doing some content, and the gator came out of nowhere. And I had the car at a certain acceleration, and it flashed by quickly. And I stopped, and then I kept going. And I looked at the car to make sure nothing happened to the vehicle, because I renting this vehicle. So I got out the car with a flashlight, with a beam light on, checked the tires, make sure everything good. Car sitting the way it's supposed to be leveled, and I kept going. You know what I'm saying? And you would say, well, Rollo, why did you stop? Because, it could be a baby gator, and they're very small, and the mother could, catch up to the car because they can go fast. So I was making sure there was no baby gators, just going into my training. Because you could have frogs, you could have gators, baby gators, come go into the vehicle in the bottom of the vehicle, and the mother sees that I stopped, now you saying that's taking a risk. Now that's just being aware. If I have to defend myself, I have to defend myself. The point is, I didn't want to attract more gator attention, because what I know is that gators got a strong smell, especially if they babies just born, they very small, you can't see them, So that was an interesting experience, seeing the gator firsthand driving and how big it was. Okay, they're very huge. Now, there's a bird in Florida that you can't unalive. You will do time. I forget the name of the bird. It's a big bird. It's a prehistoric bird. They do attack. I will get the video and show y'all. You cannot do anything to them. And I seen 2 of them. They are huge, and they will chase you and bite you. You cannot unalive those birds. They are protected. And also, the dogs is definitely protected too, by the way. So you have to have a reason to unalive the dog if it's attacking you. What else is protected? The bear is also protected. It has to be a reason to why you unalive the bear. You have to have a probable cause. Even though it's a stand your ground, you have to have a probable cause when it comes to the animal, because you can do time. What else? Bats. I seen 2 bats where I used to work at in downtown Orlando. They were swooping. The hospital have it to where as there'll be frogs, there'll be lizards, geckos, there'll be crows, hawks, eagles. You'll see that at times. Then you have another, if of a poisonous frog, I may add, a poisonous frog. And rabbit, 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 When they go, that means it's throwing out poisonous. When it does ribbit, ribbit is trying to get a female's attention. And the female go, rabbit, rabbit, So that's a female. When it does that, that's a female. The male go, rabbit, 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 rabbit. So just to give y'all the distinction between the frogs. Now, the frogs was a pain in the behind because they kept talking all night. I'm trying to rest while the other guy stay up. We switch every hour, during the night shift, and I'm just hearing it. I was like, oh God. I have to put the AC, blow the AC up just so I don't hear the frogs doing anything. So, what I seen bats, I said that already. What's the closest thing that got near to me? I think it was called a What's the closest thing that got to me? Not the deers. I seen the deers. I can't remember. Is it a possum? Yeah, them possums. You gotta be careful with them possums. They're a pain in the behind. Possums. I called the customer. It was around 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I called the customer and I said, hey, you know you got a possum right there. I don't want to leave your food and then I have to deal with this possum and your food. So what the person did was got something to get the possum to go away. And then once the customer came out, I said, I do apologize. I know I'm not supposed, because in Florida, late at night, you do not want to call a person if they say to leave the door. If they tell you in Florida to leave the food at the front, it's a reason. Because they have dogs, they have cats that do attack. You know what I'm saying? Not to say it will attack me. It's just that preparation protocol is a respectable thing. So Floridians don't want to be bothered late at night unless it's an extreme emergency. I say I do apologize, ma'am or sir. I apologize to y'all. I know y'all hungry. I was going to leave your food. I just let y'all know it's a possum there. I don't want to leave the food there. So they did some sound. They got the possum away. And then I, you know, left the food, took a photo, went on about my business. Communication is the main thing that's important when you deal with nature. If you're in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, communication is important because you got to realize when you come from the North, you don't see those things like that. It's a transition. And I want to say to Brother Ringo and his wife and the kids, they're doing a great job of adjusting, making things happen, and there's going to be some powerful things going on with them over there. Now, the question is how long it took me to adjust to deal with the animals. It didn't take me that long. And the reason it didn't take that long is because when you travel certain parts of the world, you see it like in Jamaica or Costa Rica. I've been to Brazil, not out of Brazil, in Brazil to do some work. And, you got brothers that do travel in certain parts of Africa. They'll tell you stories of what they encounter. You know, there's a cat. I think it's bobcat. Yeah, there's a bobcat that was roaming around Jacksonville. So bobcats, they do have bobcats in Florida. Now they're known to be in Arizona too. I did see a few bobcats in Arizona. They more known in the west side of America than the east side. Yet, during peak season, they'll be in Florida. So I've seen the bobcat. Bobcats will not attack you. It's 1 in a million chance that a bobcat is going to attack a human. So I've seen the bobcat in some part of Jacksonville town, and it was just growling a little bit just to see if I was in fear. I wasn't in fear. I looked at the bobcat. I kept it moving like I didn't even see that it was there, and it kept going where it was supposed to go. So we had a mutual respect for one another, and it was probably a female because the cubs was nearby. Because the way it was looking at me, I could tell it was a female. If it was a male, it would have tried to prove something to the female. So I knew it was a female, and she see that I wasn't a threat and I wasn't going the direction of where her children was at. So all praise to the Most High that I didn't have, because you don't want nothing to happen to the animals. You want to have balance. Like Ringo say, at the same time, you got to defend yourself. You got to defend yourself. And if you're in the right, you will be in the right. You know what I'm saying? Because the people in Florida, just like anywhere in the South, they love animals. They do. They have a respect. It's just that what's happening in West Florida is that they are building, and I did talk about this. You gotta let the animals have their space and let us have our space. It has to be a balance. And what's happening is West Florida is keep building, and nature is basically letting it be known like the people have to it has to be a balance. And while I talk about Florida being number one economics, a lot of people prefer to move to Florida. You have to keep in mind Florida has to be agriculture. It can't be like the North, because the animals will fight back and nature will fight back righteously. All right. So it's not a judgmental thing, it's just a balance. So let's get to the fun fact. The fun fact of what Rollo did. Honestly, y'all, I'm going to tell you how much I spend. I'm not talking about, hotel, If you want to go based off hotel and have my car and then renting a car when the situation occurred with the false accusations with the old girl at the place I used to work at the valet service, you're talking about, man, you're talking about 5,000 a month times. Whoo. Yo, I spend about with the car, hotel, gas. We literally, man, we're talking about the car was about one something a day, 700 times 4, 2,800, 5,600, gas, about 6,000, food, 6,300. We're talking about close to $30,000, $40,000, y'all. At least $30,000, $40,000 at that time. Getting my clothes and washing clothes, everything. This is before I got into the pad split. Man. So if I had my own vehicle, that would have been split in half. And I could have paid off the vehicle very quickly. Anyway, fun facts. I travel most of Florida. My favorite places is definitely Orlando, St. Augustine, Jacksonville, Daytona, Clearwater. Clearwater is on the west side of Florida, where you can see Tampa, you can see Taratosha, you can see St. Petersburg. Tampa is cool. The vibe is pretty decent. It's not compared to Orlando or Daytona or Jacksonville. It has its own way of doing things. The biggest fun I ever had, I'm going to give you 3. The biggest fun, number 1, is when I was with old girl at the time, and she picked me up at the airport. And it was surreal. It took me time to realize I was in Florida because the open space, I was like, wow, I'm here. So that's definitely going to be first. Number 2, I traveled so many places. And the best place I traveled so far in Florida is definitely a classic. Driving from Jacksonville to Tampa to do a live stream, to do some content. I had a blast. And then I had to return the car the next day to drive back. That's 6 hours. That's crazy. So from Jacksonville to Tampa is about 6 hours, y'all. Yeah. People don't realize it's huge. Florida is huge, y'all. Florida is huge. You look on the map, oh, it looks small. No, it's huge. It's 6 hours from Jacksonville. About 4 if it's no traffic. About 4 hours. So that was, I was up. And the Most High got me there just in time to return the car and then get another car. And that's when I had the mini Maybach at the time. So I made the most of it. I said, I'm going to drive it to Tampa. I was already in Orlando. I said, you know what? I'm going for the juggler. I'm going to Tampa. I'm going to make the most of it. That was the day that I returned the car. And then I made some connections in Orlando with the brothers and sisters that looked out for me. You know what I'm saying? And that was the turn of events of me being in Orlando, because I said I can't do the Northeast. I got to get some gig. I got to have a vehicle. So I did a contract with a brother and sister. They know who they are. Shout out to them, and their family. Did the contract with them, and signed the contract, paid what we agreed upon. So I'm thinking I'm going to get another vehicle with my taxes. Come to find out, I owe money. So it was a big conglomerate that I had to go back to New York for that little time. Took time off work to take care of that. And then I found out what taxes I owe. So I was like, oh man, I can't get a car. So I got to go back to renting a car because I had somebody that was going to give me a vehicle for 1,000, put 1,000 down. I didn't have 1,000 because the federal I owe from New York. Because when I was in New York, they wanted their money, even though I reside in Florida. It is what it is. So I took care of that, and I'm like, Dad, because if I had that 1,300, I would have got the vehicle, and we'll be having a different discussion, or we'll just be having a discussion. Everything happens for a reason, you know what I'm saying? So that was fun, traveling just to go to Tampa and back to Jacksonville. That was a classic. Just to drive that mini Maybach for the last day. I had it for my D-Day. I had it for New Year's. That was fun. The best places I've been to is King's Diner Entertainment, the bowling alley. That's one of the best places on International Drive. The best hotel I've been to was the one I talked about earlier. And I haven't been on a roller coaster or any entertainment rides yet. Just the regular swimming pool. I've been to the lake a few times. I've been to the lake in Orlando. I love the lake in Orlando. It was fun having a lady I chilled with. Just cool. Just chilling with a lady. Just chilling out, having a good time. You know what I'm saying? So we pull up late night. Not every woman you're going to meet, you're going to want to deal with on that level. We were just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Because she had connections to a lot of things that I was into, like business wise. So it was one of those situations, and we just kept it, as business. And that's it. And so we met up at the lake. I had a good time. We did a skit on her thing. We did a skit. It was a good skit. She put it out there on TikTok. She probably took it down because we haven't talked in a minute. Because she like, why you ain't come back to Orlando yet? And I'm like, hey, look, I'll be back in Orlando soon. So we haven't spoke. That'll pick up eventually once I return. Once she sees that I return back to Orlando, she knows about my channel. She will be calling me up, hey, Robert. And like I say, we're going to be doing business. That's it. So I know once I get back, she'll call me back. You know what I'm saying? Because she got her own family. Her sons is going to be real good in the NFL. She said, what do you think? I said, yeah, your son's going to be good. I said, as long as because her and the father's not together, yeah, her sons are good. You know what I'm saying? And so I was supposed to be coaching the kids anyway. A lot of parents, whether it's a single mom or not, wanted me to coach the kids. You know what I'm saying? And one of the actual coaches in Orlando, he's very well known. He watches my channel too, and he see I'm pretty good at basketball, so he wanted me to be the assistant coach. It is what it is. When I get back down there, you're gonna see a lot of things for real. I'm not gonna get into all specifics. Let's get back to the fun facts. So the lake in Orlando is off the chain. I mean, man, you take your lady there, man. Telling y'all, man, Orlando is a spot, man, for real. When it comes to that, it takes you. It's levels to Orlando, and like Tasha said in the comment section, it's too much to do, y'all. Listen, it's too much to do into Orlando. It's like my sister Soul Mania told me. It's too much to do in Orlando. It's too much. You can't do everything in 2-3 days. It's too much to do there. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got a question in the house. What's up, Mac? What's going on? He said, "How about alligator encounters? It's like they show on TV. They be under people's cars, front and backyards. Well, how often do they eat the pets? I have not heard. That's a very low percentage of them eating the pets. Yes, good point. They do under. That's why I talked about earlier that they could be under your cars, because I had a situation with an alligator. The female alligator was going fast, and her babies could be under the car, meaning they could go under the car and you could be driving and they could hold on to the car. So yes, that does happen. So I have heard stories. I will say this: wherever you at in the South, especially Florida, before you get in your car, look under your car. Always look under your car. Always check your car, check your surroundings. Don't be hopping in and driving off. You can't do that. Always inspect your car. What I would suggest for people, if you know how to wire a camera, that's up to you. Or get one of the dealerships, because the dealership could do it. You put a camera under your car where it won't get messed up, right? It's going to cost money. And then you add it to your cell phone. So if you can't bend your back, you got back issues, So as a man, now most ladies don't have a man. If you have a man, ladies, let your man be the first one out, stay in the house, let him inspect the whole parameter. Let him make sure the car, there's nothing under the car, no foxes, no coyotes, no gators, no animals in particular. Because coyotes do also go under the car in North Carolina, okay? So yes, gators do go under people's cars. Mostly people that live in golf areas, high hill places where you got lakes and water, you're prone to get it. That's during mating season, and they trying to get shade. That's why they go under the cars. And it was a situation that I heard through a mutual person that the person tried to get in the car and they heard a snap and they closed the car quickly. And then the gator came from under the car. And once the gator went wherever it went, it had to check the car because it could damage your car. So the person checked their car to make sure the muffler, the muzzle, the gas, the gasket, everything is working. Because them things got them sharp things on top that can knock your bottom part of your car and mess up your car. That's why I say get yourself, a lot of people get pickup trucks, or you get yourself a SUV. I'm not saying you can't get a car, a nice luxury car or chill back car. I'm not for low riders for the most part. It is a Floridian thing. So the advantage of having a lowrider is the gators can't go under the lowrider. However, if the gator is in a, heat, the female alligator is in the heat and the male alligator is trying to, do his thing, and it's right, with the cars, it can smack your car and damage your car. So yeah. Hey, look, at the end of the day, I'm glad you got any questions out here, let me know. Because see, that makes the content go further. I explain things, y'all got questions. If the answer came cool out, all praises to the Lord. Rosa, how you doing? Goten, what's going on? So, if you went to water, see, my thing is in Florida, the most fun I ever love to do is love going swimming. I love swimming. I love going on water rides. And I'm going to challenge myself to go to do the gator thing. Now, to do the gator thing, right? To do the gator thing, you have to sign a contract, an unalive contract. You risking your unalive self, okay? So that's why most people think it. I'm really going to do it. I'm going to do the gator. I'm going to do the gator slide, y'all. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to do the gator slide. You're like, Rollo, you going to do that? Yeah. I have to do it, y'all. You got brothers and sisters that do it. You have them work in those type of environments. And I know I got to sign an unalive contract. I'm definitely going to do that. Yeah, definitely. That's every bucket list. I know Zach ain't he gonna be like, heck no. him and the lady. My lady might not want to do it. She gonna look at me like, babes, I know you're not in fear. You better not sign that contract and go through that slide. Oh man. They said it's 1%, unalive incidents. It's a 1% unalive incident. The Gentiles, they love sliding past the gators. The thing is not low to where the gators could jump and snap you off. That's why I'm getting myself in better shape, because I want to be in better shape when I go on that slide. You know what I'm saying? So that string don't be going all the way down to where the gators is looking at me like, the most high is in control of everything. The point is, you want to have respect for the animals, and they will have respect for you. If you're a person that loves to drive, Florida's the place to be. To me, Florida has the most space driving I ever seen in my life in America. If you tell me outside of Arizona, you may have a case in Texas. Florida is too much space to drive. Now it's going to be traffic, just like anywhere, yes. Let me put it to you like this. I could go from Jacksonville to Orlando, and I will be in Orlando before you drive from Staten Island to the Bronx. Let me say that again. If you Rollo is telling you this, I'm going to put it to you like this. I could be in Jacksonville to in Orlando, if there's no traffic, in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Because you're going 70, 80 miles per hour, the most 85 in certain limits. I'll get there within an hour, hour and a half. Then you driving from Staten Island to the Bronx, it'll take you 2 hours, and it's less miles. It's less miles from Staten Island to the Bronx, and it will take you 2 to 2.5 hours. I will be in Orlando from Jacksonville before you even get to the Bronx. Driving, that's a driving state. That's a driving state. I'm gonna put it to you like this. It had me bugged. I know I was supposed to be work at the late night shift, right? And me and my lady, my ex lady, she was doing her thing, and we was in a certain part of Florida. And so by the time I got to work 5 minutes early, we got some food, we talked, chop it up, and I told the person I was gonna be late. We got to my gig 5 minutes early, and we was in Orlando, and we had to go to Jacksonville, and I started work at a certain time, and I got there 5 minutes. I was like, because she was like, "You're gonna drive?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna drive." And when I drove, it had me bugged. I said, "Yo, we got some food." Then went to the spot. I was like, dang. So she was resting, because she had to drive back to the house. My point, y'all, is that driving, I have fun fact, I love driving. And I haven't drove since I left New York. Since I left New York. Something about I will be leaving New York, of course. Since I left Florida, I haven't drove. She says, Lady D. Davis says, you're definitely right about that because I took that trip before Jacksonville to Orlando. Yeah, she's saying it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It be like that. It be like that. You be like thinking you did something wrong on the road. You thinking you did something wrong on the road. I'm gonna tell you guys something. Guys, when you take your family to Florida after hurricane season or during hurricane season, I'm going to tell you this right now. Your life is going to be in a different realm when you fly in or you drive to Florida. It was the best decision the Most High ever done for me. I was in good tears. No lie, I was in good tears. When I touched base in Florida, I was in good tears. You know how Will Smith, when he did the movie Hitchman, and the guy said, we're gonna take you in to the investment firm. That's the type of embracement I got when I got to Florida. From the time we land, I was smiling and I was in good tears of joy. I could not believe this is happening. And it took me time to realize, like, Rollo, you here. I was like, wow, that was the most funnest thing I won't ever forget. And I get my bag, and then the doors open, and there she was. It was that moment. I won't ever forget it. We moved on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying to her, whoever you dealing with, that's what's up. Hey, let me tell you guys something, fellas. When a woman move on, let her move on. Wish her nothing but the best. She did you a favor, or you did her a favor. The point is, it's just too many options out there for you, man. And the connections I made at that hotel, I won't ever forget. I made so many connections at the hotel, man. I'm gonna put it to you like this, guys. It's like when Ringo talked about he met his wife at the club. I got a story to tell y'all. When I was at China Club back in the day, China Club, it was me and Thomas. We was chilling, and we go back to the Yogi Bear days. So Thomas is, and I was chilling, and I was dancing with this baddie. And Thomas just got off in a relationship. So I told old girl, I said, talk to my friend Thomas. Go ahead, talk to him. You know what I'm saying? He always thanked me for that. You know what she was doing? I didn't even ask her because I put her on after I danced with her. I was just doing something for my friend at the time. I was like, yo, fam, go ahead and dance with Shorty. Shorty was a paralegal. Yo, it's to the point, y'all. It's to the point, man. It's not about her career and everything. It's just amazing how many chicks that I dealt with that was on point, y'all. And I'm telling you guys, she came to me and I still put her on to my friend. So when Ringo said he met his wife at the club, you could meet your lady at places that you may think is evil. And the Most High set it up for you to meet people in places you think is evil, and that could be the one for you forever, ever, forever, ever. A house party? Okay, so it's kind of similar to the club. House parties were considered clubs back in the days, Brother Matt 7114. House parties were considered clubs when we was coming up back in the days. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is a house party. The reason why I said a club is because I consider house parties clubs back in the days. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You're right, though. You're absolutely right, fam. So you can meet somebody in places you least suspect, man. Just like I met my ex-wife. That's from India and Jamaica. She's from the country Jamaica. She's Indian. And how I met her. Now, she got 2 kids. I'll put it to you like this, man. I met her and I was a Delta supervisor. I met her at JFK. She was looking pissed. I didn't know she was married. So I already asked the Most High, repented of committing adultery with her. I did not ask her if she was married. I did not ask her if she had kids until later on. I asked her that. Yo, I put it to you like this, and I own up to it as a man. I repented of my sins. And, that's when I started knowing I was in the truth. I started knowing about the truth in, I would say, in April. I met her I met her February of 2008. I knew about the scriptures of being an Israelite in April of 2008. I met her February. No, hold on. When I went to Vegas April. Hold on. I went to Vegas April. I knew about being a biblical Israelite in the summertime because I met her April. I went to Vegas from April 1st to April 4th, 2008. I met her April 8th, 2008 at the Delta in JFK. And I knew about being a biblical Israelite in June of 2008. Okay, so by the time I knew I was a biblical Israelite, when she told me she had a situation that she was going to separate from her husband, and then I found out the truth about adultery and all that, I asked the Most High, I said, you know what? I own up to it. I didn't know she was married, and stuff like that. And so I repented of it, Then within 2 to 3 years, we went to the state, got married to the state. We stayed together and we never had children. And the reason why I didn't have children with her is because the Most High don't want me to have children in no northern state. I truly believe that because if I do have children, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? No woman have come for it. I know when I'm going to have children, it's going to be in the South or in another country. You said, yeah, I'm old school house parties was clubs before we was able to get to the club. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Matt 7114. So getting back to the fun facts, guys, money. It's so enjoyable to make money in Florida. How many of you guys, be honest, I have fun when I make money. It's never boring making money. I had so much fun working in Florida. I didn't care how much I got paid because I was having fun. Listen, y'all, fun fact, factual facts. The places I worked at, with the exception with the night shift. Because if I was working during the day like my brother Zach, woo-wee, I'd still be in Orlando doing my thing. I would not have left right away because I would be having fun. So even though I worked the night shift, it was at a hotel. That's the difference. Working the night shift in Orlando, I like to move around. There was no activity. And I loved, the money was there. It was just not about the money. I wasn't having fun. So I had to leave. I love to have fun where I work at. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, you could get paid well. You're gonna be pissed off. So I have to be in a place where I'm having fun, even if I'm not making the money I'm supposed to make. I was having so much fun at the hotel, y'all. It was so surreal. It was so surreal, y'all. It didn't matter how much I made an hour. It got to the point, you got to remember, I'm getting paid the same day, and then I'm doing DoorDash. Man, how many companies do that? How many companies in your state do that? Well, it's called daily pay. You get paid when you're done with work within 3-4 hours. You get a certain percentage in your check, and you still get a regular check with a night, bro. I was making about every 2 weeks close to 1,000. I wasn't even thinking about my check. Because if my lady needed something or I needed something, I just click the daily pay and the money adds up and I take a certain percentage out and I save some of it. Oh my goodness. It's one thing with the tips, it was just the connections, the opportunities. And when you're having fun, the money comes in, that's an add-on. Just like how I have fun on YouTube. There be days I'm like, I'm not trying to be on YouTube. The Most High, like, you got to get on YouTube. You got to talk to the people. And then those be the times that it be lit. Yo, it be lit, man. I got so many car stories. Yo, it's one particular time, right? It was his sister doing DoorDash. And I'm looking and I'm saying, nah, I didn't go for it, man, because it's like, I'm trying to get my stuff back together. She was looking at me like, yo, I'll let you stay. No, I said, I can't stay with another woman again. I did it one time, I won't do it again. She gave me that look, like, look here. and she was driving a Mercedes. So I know she getting to the bag. She's not downing people that do DoorDash because she's pushing the Mercedes. So I know for a fact she's doing something, and this is just to get her. This is to get herself, just to keep herself busy because she don't really have to do it. So she looking at me like, "Yo, what you gonna do? You know you want this." And I was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna move in, man. I'm not doing it." Mm-mm. She probably picked it up that I'm staying at a hotel, and she looking at me like, that look like, oh, you so cute. So I could have you do this and that. But then you might get tired of me if I don't have my own vehicle. So I'm saying to myself, nah, I'm not going through it. Mm-mm. Even though she baddie, she got the right body, she's in her mid-30s. I'm like, nah, I'm good. That was a test to see if I was going to, be in fear, which I wasn't. So that was interesting, man. You could meet so many people in the South and they willing to help you, man. And I'm very humble about that. Very, very humble. When I went back, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Hold on a second. Let me get the video. Let me see. Hold on a second. I'm gonna show you. It's on my backup channel. Hold on a second. Let me go. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it, y'all. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. See if it. Yeah. See if I can find the video. Hold on one second. I'm looking for it right now. I'm trying to see if I can find it. I think it's on my whatchamacallit. Yeah, on my other channel. Hold on a second, y'all. 1 second. I gotta do this. I gotta look for it. Let me see if I find it. Let's see if I find it, y'all, because it's so much to talk about. I'm telling y'all, man. Let me see. Matt7114 said, I know people in busy cities that do DoorDash. They just be better than typical 9 to 5 jobs. Yep, that's a fact. That's a fact. Because even Zach told y'all, I made $5,000 a month doing DoorDash. I made $5,000 a month doing DoorDash, y'all, and sometimes $6,000. $6,000, no cap. Man, I'm telling you. And when I was working the 9 to 5, that was close to $10,000, y'all. I was making close to $10,000 a month, and I'm spending about $6,000 on rental cars and hotels. That's not including gas and everything. Could you imagine if I had my own vehicle still in Florida? I would have been a millionaire by now. Listen, I repeat, I would have been a millionaire by now. Just based on investments and the things I'm doing now, I know when I get back, it's on and popping, Max 7114. It's going to be on and popping. Oh, man. They say third is a lucky charm. Hey, this is my third time going back, and it's going to be on and popping. For real, for real. I'm looking for the video now. Hold on a second. Gotta add the video back to my channel. Let me see if I find it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, I'm almost there. Y'all gotta see this video, man. Let me see if this is it. That's not it, because I got so many photos. Oh man, the cars that I had. Oh my gosh, man. Can't wait to get me a car when I get back down there. I can't wait to have my own vehicle again. Hold on 1 second. Oh, man. Yo, hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Let me see what you're saying. He said, I had a close friend move from Virginia to Florida, started a car detail business, blow up. Him been there for over 10 years now. Your detail can make bank in Florida with businessman type mentality. That's right. Yep. Yeah. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right. All right. I got the video ready. Let me do this. Hold on. Let me go to my history. I want you to listen to this. Hold on. All right. We're going to listen to this video here. All right. 1 second. Let's get it ready. Okay, y'all. What happened? All right, here we go, y'all. Hold on 1 second. What's going on? Hold on 1 second. It's not making sense. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on 1 second. God darn it, it's just going through something right now. Hold on. I think the internet's acting up, allegedly. I'm gonna get it though. Hold on. All right. I'm gonna let this play while I take care of something. Hold on. You have to be very mindful when you out in actual nature, even in the neighborhood. As you can see, no fishing, swimming, or boating. Alligators and snakes in area. Stay away from the water. Do not feed the wildlife. Yeah, so they have alligators and snakes. They particularly come out later on, and I could sense the snake, and I could sense also the alligator. They is there. As a matter of fact, something is talking. That lets me know the snake is not too far away. Now, they rarely come out during this time. However, according to the residents, they pull out through the nighttime. You have to be very alert when you are out here. The birds is chirping. That means they hear something nearby. Rollo is paying attention. The crocodile could be lurking, and also the snake. So for all of y'all thinking it's a joke, oh, Rollo's not on camera. Really? I'm not on camera? I'm not here? I'm not here? What are you talking about? Right in front of nature right now. Right in front of nature, you see? You see the sign? You see me here? Don't be talking about, oh, it's a voice prompter. No, this is real deal Holyfield. Just drop off my last order, and you can see right behind me, all right? Real talk. It's not a game. Now, I want to talk briefly. Listen, it's important to be aware as a moderator what's going on in the chat, because I was over by Nuke, and I was explaining to him, and Ringo was in the chat, and on StreamYard, you're not going to see a check mark on StreamYard. You will see it on your phone. Somebody lied on Ringo. It just pisses me off. I couldn't catch the person because I was driving. I unhid Ringo. It was a mistake because somebody said it. I don't know who said it. Newbury will look into it. They're probably talking behind the scene. It pissed me off. It really pissed me off in the sense that the person was lying. I didn't catch the person because I was driving. Honestly, you can see I'm driving. So to the mods, if you see what I'm saying, you're supposed to say something too. This is very important. When you mod and you saw it at the check, I saw the check mark. So I'm just saying respectfully to the mods over there, like, y'all gotta do better. Like, real talk. Like, that's why I say when I got your wrenches over here, you gotta pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Because YouTube, what they do is, y'all know Ringo does the emoji a certain way. So I'm used to it. I already know it's nothing serious because he has his thing upgraded with the emoji. Now the mods over there, I think it was a mod or somebody in the chat, man, said that wasn't Ringo. So we thought it was somebody else, and it wasn't. And I was explaining to him what was going on. So this is why I'm saying they gotta pay attention to what's going on, man, because you see people trying to separate us, man. People trying to separate us, man. I'm telling you right now, if I catch anybody do something foolish over here, man, I'm done with you, man, for real. I know that we're gonna find out what's going on. He's gonna remove the person. I already know that he's a solid dude. But it just pissed me off, man. That somebody said that wasn't the real Ringo. I'm like, what? It's a check mark, but you're not going to see it on StreamYard. See, I didn't get time to write that in the chat because I was busy. I'm doing dashing. You dig what I'm saying? And so when you're a mod, your responsibility is to pay attention to what's going on. Because you got people don't want us to get together to do big stuff, man. So
Nobody's perfect, man. It's not really on Newbry. It's the person. Because you gotta remember, there is a lot of bots, but that wasn't a bot. You know what I'm saying? Man, y'all gotta be on top of your game, mods, for real, man. I shouldn't have been the only one saying that. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have been the only one saying that. And I'm just letting you mods know over here, we know what's a bot, what's not a bot. You get what I'm saying? Jeez, man, this is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know who the person was because I was driving. I would have caught the person. I would have chewed that person out, man. I would have chewed that person. I want to know who the person is, man. Who lied on him? Because StreamYards, you're not gonna see a check mark. You will see it on the phone. That's why I say to everybody to make sure you have your phone and pay attention to your phone and the chat on your computer, because it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. I don't know who did it, man. It's crazy. Okay, remember we talked about this. Remember, I put a one in the chat. I talked about how they want to separate us last week or so. They want to do that, man. I don't know. I had that premonition. They're gonna try to separate us, man. It's crazy, man. They trying to. They're not gonna do it yet. Just be mindful and conscious, y'all. That's all I'm saying, man. In general, man, just be mindful and conscious. But y'all see this right here. Now it's time for me to get back in the whip. I gotta get ready for the site. I gotta get ready to go to the site. Yeah, so let me get back to the whip right now. Y'all seen the sign long enough. Yeah. Yeah, so I got a little bit of a drive to get to. No, what happened was somebody in the chat, I don't know if it was a mod, I don't know who said it. It'll come out soon. See, what happens is I normally catch Newbry or anybody when I'm on the road, but I do be paying attention. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really sitting around. I move around. Y'all can see I'm not lying. But I was texting while I was driving. I was multitasking, so I'm like looking at the mods like, why they not saying what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. I don't know what's going on. People are not observing like I am, man. This is why I'm trying to give you a testimony. I'm not perfect, but I'm very observant. If you're a mod, you gotta pay attention. can't do sentinels, man, because if it's a mod, it doesn't matter who it is. But I'm bringing it to your attention because this is serious, man. I'm telling you, man, this entity, man. I hope we find out who it is, man, because I want to chew that person out for real, man. I don't care if they supported before. When we find out who it is, I want to chew that person out, man. I'm gonna go in, man. That pisses me off, man. We know there's bots at the same time. You know, I brought it to the attention and stuff like that, man. Because this is serious. This is some serious stuff, man. People is on one, man. Like I told Millennial Jess this past few days, he could vouch, man. I'm telling you, these entities is out, man.
Yeah, can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? So I forgot I muted myself while y'all heard the thing. I'm surprised nobody said anything in the chat. I was muted. Anyway, I wrote it in the chat. So what I'm saying is it's unfortunate that the prophecy was fulfilled last year about talking about New Devil, the Millennial Jet situation, explaining to both of them what was going on. It seemed like his mods didn't know that Ringo had a check. He was blocked one time on New Devil's channel. I had to explain to New Devil, New Breed, that you have to go through your community thing and then you unblock the person. And he did that. So, hey, I'm glad to show y'all about nature. You heard about what I talk about. It's just, man, it's amazing. Sometimes your old videos you put back up as prophecy that you don't even realize. So I'm just showing you that was a certain part of Orlando where the gators be at, where the snakes be at, and stuff like that. And so that was in Comiskey, Florida. They known to be in Comiskey, Florida. So salute to Brainwaves in the building. You know, I'm going to show y'all some more fun facts of Florida of what I did. At the same time, salute to Matt7114. Thank y'all all for liking and sharing the video. Go in the building. Rosa was the first person here. Another fun fact that I did in Florida was the beaches. The beaches. You see the photo of me at one of the beaches in Florida. It's like yesterday. I missed the beach, y'all. The beach is fun all year round. It's a few days cold in Florida, and then it starts picking up being warm during the 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock before it gets dark around 7 to 7:15 during the winter. The beach. My ex lady took me to this specific beach, and then I went to Jacksonville Beach. I went to Daytona Beach for the first time when I chilled with Brother Zax. Then I went to, I'm going to go to a few other beaches. I've been to St. Augustine Beach. St. Augustine Beach. Y'all see me there a lot. I've been to Palm Bay Beach. I've been to Clearwater Beach. I had the time of my life, y'all. The time of my life, the beach. You could take your family to the beach. That's a good place to go to. That's the biggest fun fact. Take you, your lady, your children, your sons, your daughters, to the beach, y'all, in Florida. Go to Clearwater, go to Jacksonville, go to Daytona, get that out the way. Check out St. Augustine Beach. You have so many beaches in Florida to go to. Saratoga Beach. I want to go to the one you have to pay because I know that's going to be more entertaining, more activities to do. I think it's called Arcola. No, it's not Arcola. I forget the name of it. The one in Naples Beach in Southwest Florida is off the chain. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, the beach. It's like listening to Beach Boys. Beach Boys got that song from the brothers and sisters, created that song, Beach Boys. Round, 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 I get around, I really, gotta get around. Just like Married with Children, that was created by a brother. Married with Children with Al and Ted Bundy. That's created by the brother. And a brother came up with the song Beach Boys. Yep. Most of the songs that the Gentiles got was from the brothers and sisters who was writers for them. Yep. Even certain Gentile shows you see comes from our people. Yep. And that's why I was listening to Beach Boys. I looked past of who's singing it. I was more so of knowing it had to be some soul to it because it had soul. I said, yeah, definitely. That's a Jake right there. It's a God of Jacob, one of Jacob's sons. Lineage, man. Like we very creative. Even with Hollywood, it was a so-called black man. Yeah, it was a so-called black man. The trophy. Yep. Even the NBA thing, that comes from us, man. For real. And so another fun fact besides the beach, it's just the people, It's good and bad everywhere. For the most part, I enter with some very great hospitality. Restaurants, y'all. It's so many restaurants. So many restaurants. Y'all know I'm a Wawa fan. I'm definitely a Wawa fan. Wawa is one of my favorite restaurants. Chain fast food restaurants. You got a place called Metro Diner. I don't know if they have Metro Diner in Georgia or North Carolina. I know in Florida, it's very known in Florida, Metro Diner. You gotta take your family to Metro Diner. They got Metro Diner in Orlando, St. Augustine. They got one in Jacksonville, Tampa, Metro Diner. It was this fine sister in Orlando. Oh man. It's just so much to do, man. It's so much to do, so much to accomplish there. It's like going to different parts of the world, being in Florida. You know. When was the last time you was in Florida, Brainwaves? If you're still in the chat. When was the last time you was in Florida? When was the last time any of you was in Florida? Matt7114. When was the last time y'all was in Florida? You know, that's a question I have for y'all. Thanks to those who subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. When was the last time any of y'all was in Florida? So that's pretty much about it, y'all. I'm going to get on out of here. Brainwaves is about to start in a few minutes. So I'll see y'all over there. Salute to everybody for tuning in. If you send something to the Cash App, I'll shout you out on the next video. I'm going to get on out of here. I got some clips I have for y'all for some shorts. And also, we're going to get some more fun facts in Florida. I got to put some videos together for y'all to see on that. I'm signing off. Y'all take it easy and peace. Thanks for tuning into the show.